Hey, so I know there's a lot of golfers out there in YouTube land who would like to pick up distance. And that's a lot of what my channel is all about. Is what I'm most passionate about is getting those golfers the distance that they're looking for. You've got to be careful though, because there's some really bad ideas that could really end up messing you up if you try to pursue them. So hey, coming up right after this, we're going to talk about some of those bad ideas, what I think might trap you, bait you into thinking that you're going to get some missing distance with this new tip, but I think are really bad ideas. So stay tuned. Hey, this is Steve with HitItLonger.com. I'm on a journey to hit it longer and straighter off the tee, all the way through to the green, because hitting it long and straight and pure like that is really fun. So if you want to have more fun with your game this season, get some more distance and accuracy, then by all means join us. Hit the subscribe button right down there. Like this video at the end if you got some benefit. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. All right, bad idea number one that a lot of other teachers are going to try to get you to do because they think it's more powerful. And that is to widen your stance. You got to get a nice wide base if you're going to swing and hit it harder, right? Well, no, that's incorrect. Not only will you not get more speed, a wide stance is going to tend to make you get sloppier off the tee. It's going to make you tend to sway your head. Either your head has to sway back and through if you're going to shift your weight from foot to foot, or if you try to keep your head center, you simply can't get off your back foot. So you're not going to have an effective pivot. You're going to have an unsteady head position, and this can actually lead to slower speeds. I've worked with pro long drivers for over 10 years now, and I've seen this many, many times. When I get them into a narrower stance where their feet are underneath their hips, they actually swing faster than their wide stance. They feel like they're swinging harder with the wide stance, but the club head actually moves slower. The only two things that can happen are you're going to get stuck on your back foot. Think of Bryson DeChambeau, kind of gets stuck on his back foot. Doesn't really look like he makes a complete weight shift. Does not look like he's in very much balance at the end of his swing. But also look at the footwork of some of those who navigate it a little more elegantly. You'll see that they end up pulling one shoe or the other, probably the back shoe, will end up closer to the front shoe at the end anyway, because they kind of narrowed it up in order to keep their balance at the end. So a wide stance is a bad idea. Keep your heels under your hip bones. You'll have the greatest amount of weight shift, the greatest amount of turn, and you'll actually get more club head speed. All right, let me show you a reasonable stance. I would not want you to get any wider than heels under the hip bones, just like this. All right, the next bad idea is not necessarily one that any instructors teach, but it is, however, what a lot of golfers seeking distance get into their own heads, including me. It's a very easy pitfall to fall into when you're seeking more distance, and that is to squeeze hard, get the arms tense, and from the top of the swing, try to pull the club down into the ball. Now, some people do teach this. It's an absolute disaster. We want the club going out and around on an arc coming back down. We do not want to cut the circle by trying to pull the butt of the club at the ball. That will absolutely destroy your angle of attack. It will tend to make you miss the sweet spot, tend to leave the face open and lose the ball way right. Somehow you'll figure out how to duck hook it from there too. So it is unmitigated disaster to try to get tense and pull the club down. Instead, you'd rather get lighter on the grip, lighter from the shoulders down, more just hanging with gravity, and just put the swing in the right sequence instead, applying your speed at the bottom. All right, a third really bad idea, and this is another one that a lot of instructors teach purposely, and a lot of people have spun themselves into a very deep hole after following this advice for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, and that is to try to sustain or hold lag. Something like this, where you're purposely with your hands, you're trying to keep the wrist cocked until a certain magic moment in the swing, and then all of a sudden you're going to catch up. Well, this is impossible by physics that this can actually happen, because if you actually did this and you could get it right to here, the act of straightening it out at the end would actually throw you backwards, probably 5 or 6 feet. Think of like a cannon rolling backwards when it shoots the cannonball out. So that can't be done. And when it's attempted to be done, and you can do something like this, the odds are that you cannot catch up from here anyway. Not the right way anyway. You simply cannot make the club head come around and catch up to your left arm at impact, getting the club face square and getting the club head to turn upwards to give us the most distance. What's more likely to happen is you end up leaving the face open, healing it a lot, slicing it a lot. And then if you have any feel at all, you're going to learn how to flip the face by turning knuckles down. And now we have a horrible open to closed dilemma where we have a two-way miss. It's a really bad way to play. And I know there's a lot of instructors out there that teach it, but I think it's a very bad idea. Instead, do what we now know that the pros do, and that is that as their body moves and they pivot and turn, they are applying uncocking force from the word go. Way back here, this is not my opinion. This is a proven scientific fact, reliably proven over and over and over again, that the torque begins here to throw and uncock the club head, because we don't have enough time otherwise to get the club to catch up to the left arm at impact and create the longest possible lever and all the angles working in your favor. All right, let me hit one where I try to throw the lag away from the top of the swing. Now, looking back at that video in slow-mo, you can see the illusion that happens on video that so many people have fallen prey to, and that's where it appears that the wrists are being held here, but instead that's not true. The torque is being applied, and you just see a delay on video and when that actually gets uncocked into the ball. All right, so hopefully if you can avoid those 3 bad ideas, you'll be able to get some good ideas and keep those. Get yourself on the way to hitting some longer drives this season. And if you need me, I'm here to help. You can always email me, contact me, go to my website, request a swing analysis. I would love to help you pick up that extra 20 or 30 yards that you're missing to get your scores down to where you'd like them to be. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I'm Steve. Visit my website, hititlonger.com. And if I don't see you in the next video, I hope I see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.